Hi everyone, it's the Great Ed, your car and consumer tech guru. So I ran into a little dilemma when I purchased my brand new Note 8 recently and realized that it doesn't fit the 2016 or 2017 Gear VRs. So as you can see here, I have the 2016 and 17 Gear VR, so this is the latest Gear VR here. I'm going to take it out, I'm going to show you. That if you take the Galaxy Note 8 and you try to fit it into the slot, it doesn't fit. It stops right there, and that's because I have a one of these glass screen protectors that sticks out just a little bit. So the first thing I did when I got the phone, I went to the store. Actually, right before I got the phone, I went to the store and I tried to fit it into the old Gear VR, because at that point the new Gear VR wouldn't have come out yet. It was 2 weeks away, and it fit, but you had to push it down with some force, and then it wouldn't really hold well. So then I figured there has to be a way to mod the Gear VR to make it fit. So I did a little project and I was able to take the Gear VR, and as you can see, it clearly fits now. No problems, sticks in, closes and everything, and holds well. So now the video, I'll show you how I did that, and it's fairly simple. There's a little more complicated method that I'll go into, but there's a more simpler method for folks that are not too well versed in how to take things apart and put them back together. So what you're gonna need is some of these tools I have out here. So you're gonna need the pliers, you're gonna need the tweezers, you're gonna need a box cutter, you're gonna need some kind of small Phillips head screwdriver, and you're gonna need this filer to file away and make it smooth. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. The two most important things that cause issues, so if you have a glass screen protector, right, so it doesn't fit, so what's gonna happen is the glass is gonna actually just come off. It's gonna push the glass and up. If you have one of those plastic film screen protectors, what's gonna happen with that is it's gonna completely come off. And if it doesn't come off, you're gonna leave marks in it because of the indent from being so tight, just because the Note 8 is a little thicker, right, than all the older devices, and that's what's causing these Gear VRs to not fit. So you're gonna get the indent from this little piece right here, and you're also gonna get an indent from this tray that holds the phone in, and it leaves marks right on the screen, right on top, right at the bottom, or it might push your screen protector completely off. So as you can see, I clearly did it with these tools, and I'll go into it now. So basically, it's the two things that I display that you need is this piece I got completely rid of. Alright, so let me do the dual compare. Right here, you have the tray. Here, I removed it. There's no tray, right? Because this is the part that makes it thicker, and doesn't let the Note 8 fit properly. And this is what would indent your film screen protectors. So I completely removed that by doing this. I'm not gonna do it on this one. But I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So basically you just grab it with the pliers and you kind of wiggle it. You go a little up down motions until eventually it'll sink in and it'll crack. You just pour it away. You are going to have a little piece left over. Not a lot, but it'll be like a little I don't know, a millimeter or two. And you do want to take that piece off, just because with this phone going into it, it is going to touch it slightly. So again, the screen protector, it might scratch the screen protector, it might raise it up, might indent it a little. You don't want that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this filer and you're going to file away the remainder of this tray underneath. So you just take a little filer and you keep filing away until it's nice and smooth. And it should look like this. See if I could zoom in a little. But you could clearly see it's filed away. But it's nice and smooth and it won't affect the performance or the quality of the phone. So that's one. The second piece is this little USB-C tray. So you unlock it. Alright, so this is the USB-C one. Here I'm going to show you what it looked like prior to. And this is a old generation USB micro. And I'll take it out of this one to show you this version of the USB-C. So as you can see, sometimes it comes with this little rubber protectors around, and they're all different colors. So this is a little dark gray here, inside, a little dark gray. See it, here you go. And this one comes in actually in a black color. And this is what it would look like after you completely remove that rubber. So the rubber that I had on here was actually this color. So it was a light gray color. So unlike this one that was a dark gray color, this is a light gray. So they all come in different colors depending on the version you got. But basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to take the box cutter and you're just going to go around the perimeter of the rubber, completely around, and try to go as deep into it as possible. You go into it and cutting. I'm actually not doing it, I'm just showing you how to do it. But basically you cut around it, you're going to have a little flap here on all sides. If you try to pull it, what's going to happen is it's going to completely rip apart like this, and you get little pieces, which doesn't help because it doesn't help you take it off. It still stays on. So what you're going to want to do is you want to grab the piece once you have it, and you just twirl the tweezers around. So you're going to continue to twirl in circular motions, and what that's going to do is going to pull the rubber all the way around, and it's going to completely come off the thing. If you don't get it on first try, do the different corner or the other corners, you might have to do it 2 or 3 times. But after a while, if you grab it good enough, you basically get this, right? And it just completely twirls and comes off, and you get a nice clean look like this. That's it. If you want to fix it up, if it's not so smooth, you basically use the pliers, and you take all these little screws off. There's just 2 on one side, and 2 on this other side. Yeah, I'll show you a little close up just so you see it, but you can see that there was a screw here, there's a screw here, and then the other side, the ones I just took off, there's one right here and one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the last one out. And this whole piece just slides out, and that's the USB 3 adapter. And then it looks like this. So after you take off all this rubber, you might have little streaks from the knife, the box cutter, making little dents. So what you want to do is take that same filer and you file it off, just like that. You do both sides until you could slide your finger through and it's completely smooth. so it won't affect the the quality of the phone. So I did a pretty good job, and it's fairly smooth, even though on the looks of it you could kind of see it doesn't seem like it's that smooth, but it is. And then basically again with the phone going in, it'll just fit right in with extra loom for, I don't know, the Note 9, the S9. So it gets a little wiggle room so that it's future proof. So once you file that back up, you just connect this piece back into it. Just goes right back into it. And then you just obviously screw all these pieces back into it. I have a magnetic screwdriver, that's why it's a little easier to grab and put in, or not. Okay, so I'm just screwing everything back on. Alright, so 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. And then it's back to normal. And again, if I take my Note 8 and I try to place it in, it should just go smoothly in, no issues. With room to go, but it doesn't wiggle as much once the USB-C is into it. And then if we put it back, there you have it. And if you want to know how to make it a little nicer, if it's harder for you to get rid of this piece properly with the pliers you have, because it's not ideal to get into this and wiggle around and then take the filer and file that remainder piece away. To open it up for more advanced users, all these little rubber pieces come off. You just take them apart. Same thing with all the other 4. We could use the tweezers for this. Oh, there it goes. And the last one. And then there's also this sticker that's right here. It's just a sticker. Don't be scared to use the tweezers and lightly pull away at it. It'll just come off. It's just a sticker. Alright, so this will come off. You leave it there, and then everything else is basically just screwing all these. There's one here, one on top, one on the other end, and one at the bottom end, and then obviously the 2 we just removed the sticker from. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly remove these. Just a word of advice, sometimes the screws don't unscrew well, and that's because you gotta have this zoom, have it all the way down so that it's closest to the screen and not away from it. Or sometimes you might have to bring it slightly up so that it's easier to screw if it's a little hard to unscrew them. And then basically you gotta slowly pick it up, because as you can see, it's tethered. Let me just flip it over not to lose the screws. And quickly show you the part that you're gonna have to remove. So I could quickly show you this part. Alright, so this is this piece right here with the connectors. If you ever need to remove it, it's fairly easy. All these screws are right here. Just be careful with the cord and don't rip it. The other side is where we need to worry about. As you can see, there's 6 screws here. 3 on one side, 3 on the other. If you take that apart, you'll see that this piece is connected to the other side, and then there's 2 other screws. I don't want to take it fully apart, but it's fairly simple and intuitive. So once you unscrew these 6 screws, this piece would be connected to this piece, and then there's 2 other screws. You just unscrew it, and then this entire piece comes off, and then this way it makes it easier for you to, hold it in your hand while you use the filer to file away and make it smooth, so that again it doesn't scratch up your phone. And then basically that's it. And then there you have it. You modded a old 2016 or 2017 Gear VR to fit the Note 8 without no problem. Alright, hope you enjoy it. Like me, subscribe to me. Take care.